Alright, hello, welcome. You are now in the rabbit hole. This is your host, Kat Mendoza. Thank you for being here with Kat Mendoza one more time. In this podcast, we're going to be diving and doing something. Well, we always do something different, don't we? But I'm going to be telling you a story. And actually, this story is very cool, in my opinion. I'm actually the one that wrote it, and I'm gonna not be reading it here to you, but I'm gonna just kind of like tell you a little bit brief of it. So this is a surreal short story. Okay, it is about a little mermaid or a big mermaid, and the whole point of this story that I really feel connected to be sharing this with you guys right now. Whatever you may be doing, whatever you be feeling. But I hope that you can relate in whatever way it is that this story that it means a lot to me has to tell you, has to tell you and maybe tell me. And the reason why I'm also doing this is because I just want to really get all of that out of my chest, out of my subconscious. I want to clear it up. Do not forget that you are creating constantly your reality in a kind of way, right? I mean, the way that we see ourselves or the way that we think of ourselves has a lot to do with how we are going to show up the next day, the next morning, how we're going to feel, the things that we're going to be able to accomplish. What do you believe about yourself? And being able to let go and to be able to create something new, to truly let go of what is not existence anymore or what is not you anymore. Allow yourself to be who you are now, this new person, and that has all these different experiences and pain and all this sorrow, whatever, but you're here now. And that is a little introduction of the emotions that you can feel when I'm gonna be sharing this story. So do not forget to give to give me to write review down below, whatever it is that you are listening to this podcast. I will highly appreciate that a lot. And we are going to start this story. All right. Moonstone, the magical mermaid. Once upon a time, there was this little girl. She was about 9 years old, whatever you want it to be. Oh, she is alone at her house or in her bedroom. You can create whatever situation else is happening here. And maybe this little moonstone is you. But this is a human. She's standing there in her room. She's all alone. And she never felt like she belonged in the real world. She never felt like she belonged where she was, with her family, with her surroundings, with just being a human. She always felt as if she was in the wrong place. And one night, as she's standing there in her room before she goes to bed, she's feeling all these emotions and, everything, all these different triggers of just feeling, being misunderstood, not being able to express herself, and just feeling as if she's not supposed to be where she's at this really young age. And as she's standing by the window of her bedroom, she's standing by the window and she's looking at the moon. It's a full moon. And as she's standing there looking at this full moon is just like shining and looking at her right in her eyes. And she just talks to her because she feels as if the moon is always there for her. And the moon is the only one or the only significant creature, something that she feels connected to, that she feels she can talk to without getting a response back. So she's looking at the moon and she tells her, "You beautiful moon, thank you for always being there for me. You know, I don't feel like I want to be here anymore. I don't feel like I belong here. Will you please make me and give me a wish? I want to wake up tomorrow and I want to be a mermaid. I want to be in the water. I want to be where I belong." "Oh, well, I want to go to sleep. Thank you for listening. I love you, Moon." As she goes, Moonstone goes and goes back to sleep. She goes to sleep. She goes to her bed. She falls asleep, like a usually little girl, human girl will do. And the next morning, or whenever it is that she wakes up, she opens her eyes and she's waking up. And she's just like all confused for in the beginning. She's like, what am I? What is this? Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm in the water. Oh my, what? I can breathe in the water? And then she's looking at her at her skin and just looking at everything until she goes down. Well, she puts her eyes down, looking down. And she realizes that after realizing that she's in the water, inside the water, she realizes that she has a tail, okay? Why? I'm a mermaid? What? I mean, the last thing I remember is that I did ask the moon to make me this wish and to make me, I wanted to be a mermaid and I wanted to be where I belong, but I didn't know that it was this possible, this fast. So she's feeling all this type of emotions. She's excited, she's scared though. She's excited but scared because she's been asking for this and for something that she's been wanting all this time, or that she thought she wanted. And now she is it, she became it. What do I do with it now? I mean, yes, this is Moonstone. I'm excited, I'm happy with all of this. I'm in the ocean, I can breathe, I'm a mermaid. But I've never been a mermaid before. I feel connected to the water, but I also still feel like I don't belong in here. So if you're looking at this story right now, or if you're hearing this story, she got what she thought she wanted, right? Many times ourselves, we ask for something and when we get it, we don't know what to do with it. Whew. But at the same time, as she went there, as she became a mermaid already, she's in the water, she still, pay attention to this one, she still doesn't feel as if she belongs there either. So what now? What now? What happens now? And that's part 1 of this episode, or of this story. I'm gonna continue, but I want you to just kind of take it in and see how it relates to you, as funny as it can be, as surreal as it can be, how real it is for you in your own different experience. How can you interpret it? How can you analyze it? Have you feel before where you don't belong, or you don't feel comfortable, you don't want to be where you are, and you feel that escaping or going somewhere else, or wishing you were somewhere else or somebody else will change or fix everything? And then when it actually happens, what happens? You realize that it's not about being a mermaid or a human. It's not about having a tail or having legs, and you're gonna find out what's gonna happen after. What happens after Moonstone is inside and she became a mermaid.